For instance, as a United States citizen, I am the trustee and the beneficiary, but not the executor. So no, you're not the US citizen ever. US citizens, a trust, indenture, office position, birth certificate created by the United States, utilizing your life equivalent as its collateral or surety. You're coming in as a trustee, not necessarily the beneficiary or the executor, meaning the grantor, because you didn't substantiate that position on the offer. You came in as the guy holding the office, and that's it. You never pulled back the Sesquite V Trust, the registered organization, the U.S. citizen, all are the same. You never pulled that back and challenged when you were at the age of majority and brought the BC into a probate court because it's a dead entity and challenge subject matter jurisdiction over who has rights over this trust. You never did any of that. So the element of dealing with a birth certificate is totally different than the element of dealing with how you personally have contracted with the birth certificate. And that's a big thing to understand, because it is a trust indenture. The element of you holding the office now gets removed. So you're no longer willing to operate the office holder of that position called U.S. citizen. You're saying, I'm not that guy, but I do want to be the beneficiary of that guy. And I am going to assign you as the trustee of that. And until I hear about otherwise, I'm going to default you and create the contract that suggests that that's a true statement. And so it's tit for tat. There's ways to get things done. When we get that effective, when we create that new contract, we put it behind an active state, put it into the public, and then we serve all the agencies a perfected, defaulted administrative process, creating the new contract showing that you're a private state citizen. And by the way, here is our fee schedule for stepping on our rights. And so all I know is we get left alone. I'm not here picking battles, picking fights. I'm not here to help pedophilia people. I'm here to help people that want to give back and reinstate this republic. But you can't have a republic without citizens that are in it. Okay. I met Richard McDonald. He was one of the original state citizenship gurus, and I liked him and disliked him at the same time. But he flat out, I said, what do you think about the Republic for the United States of America? And he blew my mind, because I'm a big part of that. I believe in that organization. And he said, I think they're a bunch of complaining U.S. citizens. And I went, wow, a bunch of complaining U.S. citizens. That made sense for the first time. See, everybody out there is trying to find the solution. Is it assemblies? Is it American national? Is it state national? Is it, all these people trying to find solutions? Do we serve them this? Do we learn Title 42? Do we learn this? How about just do what God says? Come out of her, my people. How about we just be obedient? How about we take what we have here in this nation, which is a state of the union citizen, which I can prove that no jurisdiction is implied over a state citizen by the federal authorities or the federal government. Almost got him. So in being able, he landed right on the top of my light, I thought I had him. And my ability to be able to prove that is simply lawfully, okay? Because that's what the Supreme Court says. So being a federal citizen is what? Being an employee of the federal government. You're holding an office and nothing more. So quit. How do you quit? Notice them. Certify it. Notice them. Fault them with an opportunity to cure. Prove it wrong. And then default them. Put it in the public. Serve them all with it. And you're free. Okay? They had to build all this in, but they didn't want to affect, and the only two agencies, because they have to, the Social Security Administration is over the IRS. The IRS, meaning trustees, the IRS is by default the largest collection arm in the world, and the IRS had to become voluntarily, because it was constitutionally an invalid entity for a citizen of the United States of America. So they had to create the exit. What's the exit? It's called the revocation of election. It's built into the code. They built it into the Social Security Administrative Code. They built it into everything. This is nothing more than a job you need to quit and notice them. But make sure you do it right. And that's what this ministry does. It helps you through that process. And it's not taking one affidavit, putting it in the public, calling yourself an American national, using state citizenship, Supreme Court rulings and saying that's me and it handles all of my adhesion contracts. No, I don't think so. Nice try. Okay. You're going to be held account for every single thing you've done in your life. Either you have a blanket statement of the blood or you're going to have to explain yourself. In this case, it's not like that. We have to explain ourselves on our DMV, on our bank agreements. We have to explain ourselves on anything. Why not structure those agreements so that they're being done as a private state citizen? And that's what this ministry teaches.